I drove to the hospital with my heart beating just as fast as the car was moving. Please, Lord, please. I begged for Dwayne's life as I parked and ran into the emergency room. I'm here for Dwayne Coleman. He was in a car accident. My hair was wrapped and I was in sweats, but when I got the call, there was no time for me to wake up and beautify myself. All I knew was the navigation company alerted me of an accident. After calling the police station to confirm, I got the name of the hospital where Dwayne was being taken. Down the hall, room 8, the attendant told me. Pressing a button to get me behind the double security doors, I ran. Felt like I was in a movie, looking from room to room until I found my love bandaged in a neck brace and strapped to a bed. My entire first day as a fully functioning partner had been spent in chaos, and now it was even worse. The man I loved, or I was trying not to love, was hurt. That meant the father of my child was in danger. After getting my head out of the toilet, I managed to get to a meeting, but all day I couldn't help but think about my stomach. I couldn't sleep all night. At first I thought it was about what the doctor told me at my emergency appointment earlier that day. The prescription for prenatal pills and all the do's and don'ts of pregnancy were confusing, so I thought maybe I was simply nervous about that. But once I got the call telling me my car had been involved in an accident, my heart slid to the floor. Dwayne was in bad shape. The police officer who told me where he was said the car had twisted metal, which probably meant it was totaled. I was surprised I was even able to make it here with how nervous and scared I was. I was surprised I didn't have a damn wreck myself. Dwayne, baby? Oh, baby, oh my God. I had never seen him like this. Kiera? He tried reaching for me. There wasn't much he could do from the hospital gurney with his neck in a brace. Baby, what happened? He tried explaining, but he was driving and must have fallen asleep. Dwayne, didn't I tell you you need to get some damn rest? What if you died? What would happen to me and the baby? I couldn't believe I said that, but seeing him like this pulled on my heartstrings. I was overcome by emotion, and tears fell. What baby? Now I had to explain what I said. I tried figuring out a good way to word this. Maybe I could tell him I meant his youngest daughter. I was just speaking about the kids, like, what do I tell them? But he gave me a weird look, even with a neck brace. No. Baby, are you... He tried sitting up but winced in pain. Be still. What did the doctors say? Damn the doctors. Are you pregnant? I never thought I could get pregnant. I told him 1,000,000 times that I couldn't. But sure as shit, here I was standing in front of him, positively pregnant with his child. I never wanted to tell him like this. I planned on calling him over or taking him to dinner, not saying something this important in a hospital emergency room with unknown people walking around, voices over the PA system, and beeping machines interrupting us. But looking at Dwayne, seeing him so close to being taken away from me, everything that pissed me off about him evaporated. I just wanted to love him, beg him to come back home, raise this baby together, and pretend like none of this bullshit ever happened to us. I only smiled, and before he could answer, a man in a white coat came in. Well, Mr. Coleman, we can take this brace off. It looks like you have no fractures, just a concussion. A nurse wasn't far behind, taking the brace off Dwayne and helping him up. Just take it easy and get some rest. Visit your primary care physician and... Dwayne! Dwayne! I heard a voice calling his name. Seconds later, there she was. Oh my God, baby! She looked from him to me and then back again. What is this bitch doing here? Bitch? Who you calling a bitch? You know who I'm talking about, bitch. I'm his woman now. I'm the one carrying his baby. Dwayne shook his head. You're not pregnant. You lousy ass bitch. I want you out of here. I'm having a family discussion with my man. Your man? He's my man. No, bitch. You are the side bitch. You need to get in your place. I looked at Dwayne waiting for him to check this bitch. Arian, maybe you should go. I'm gonna talk to you later. Her face dropped to the floor. So you get in an accident and I come up here to see about your ass and you up here with this bitch? Are you gonna act like this when I have your baby? I laughed at the bitch. This is the oldest trick in the book. What the fuck are you laughing at? Ladies, we need you both to leave, the nurse interjected, but I wasn't going anywhere. I'm laughing at you, ho. You're no more pregnant than a tranny on Gay Pride Day. But me, on the other hand, I'm pregnant for real, by this man. I pointed at Dwayne and her eyes were as big as apples. Now carry on and get the fuck out. I pushed her toward the door. I was tired of this bitch. Every time I tried to talk to Dwayne, here she was, running around. Don't touch me, bitch, I'm pregnant. The words stopped me from moving, but I laughed so hard I thought I was going to throw up again. Pregnant? Bitch, please. I'm the one that's pregnant, and yes, I'm keeping it. I stepped up to this tire hole once and for all, but the nurse was there to push us back. Ladies, we need you to take this outside. Please, calm down. I heard the doctor talking, but I wasn't paying attention. The emergency room was buzzing, but I saw nothing but this bitch. Dwayne called my name and stood up trying to pull me away, but I was done with this. Fire burned inside me, and it jumped from my heart down into my fist. As quickly as the thought came, I jumped from where I stood and punched the bitch in the face. It was as if the world stopped moving with my fist colliding with her face. Yeah, bitch, you want to steal somebody's man? I yelled at her, then hit her as quick as I could before they broke us up and pulled her away. Kiara, quit this shit! Dwayne held me back, but I wasn't done. Fuck that! You get rid of that bitch and marry me or I'm done! I said the words and I meant it. I'm not fucking playing, Dwayne. I'm done with this shit. I didn't care if he was almost dead in an accident. I was done going back and forth with this shit. Grabbing my purse, I walked out and saw the bitch screaming with a few security guards around her. Dwayne walked out with me, his arm draped over my shoulder. You can't be out here fighting. What if you get reported to the Bar Association? I don't give a fuck about that, Dwayne. But he was right. At the moment, I didn't care about getting in trouble. Bitches like her made me sick. Shaking his head at me and smiling. What? It's your fault this shit is going on. I don't know what's so funny, I told him. Baby, I'll do it. You hear me? I'll do it. Let's get married. As he grabbed me and hugged me, I looked over his shoulder. Seeing that bitch frowning and damn near having a heart attack as she went crazy made my fucking year. She tried to break up my family and take my man. But if I knew anything, I knew Dwayne. He was stray, but at the end he would always come back to me. And this time was no different.